I'm standing where in 2017 the creek fire swept through here on an early December morning. So early, in fact, the people that lived near here barely had time to evacuate before their homes were on fire. 9 homes were destroyed just half-mile from here. And now, you'd never know. A hopeful lesson to keep in mind, I think. I'm showing some of the hikes that are available to us after the recent Los Angeles fires destroyed so many trails. And this is a good one because it takes us up a seldom traveled fire road to a beautiful mountain summit that's seen more often by hang gliders than hikers. In keeping with this being a lesser-known trail, the entrance to the parking lot off Lopez Canyon Road is unmarked. Follow the directions and the description and you should have no trouble finding it. The trailhead is also nondescript, except for the rules signs. There's nothing that says where the trail goes, but we know what we can and can't do. This hike up Kagel Mountain is an up and back route, 10 miles and approximately 1,200 feet elevation gain. There is a shorter 6-mile route, which we'll get to later. This hike is perfect on cooler weather and during the winter. In the summer, be sure to start early. There is not a lot of shade here. And as always, directions to the somewhat obscure trailhead are in the description. The route starts out as single track for about a half mile as it climbs past Upper Kagel Canyon. For a few moments, we get a glimpse of Kagel Mountain, which is off to the left. Depending on the season, the trail may be cleared or overgrown. In any case, watch for rattlesnakes. But isn't that the de facto warning for most of Southern California? And speaking of cautions, the path soon comes across this road, veering off to the right, but don't take it. It runs through private property. Just a few feet from that junction, we come to a locked gate where we start ascending Kagel Truck Trail, a well-graded fire road for the next 3 miles. I do like a good climb up a mountain. Doesn't have to be anything technical or dangerous. And this fire road is the very definition of safe. No, there's just something about the relative challenge of going uphill and proving gravity doesn't have any hold on me. Okay, that's not totally true, but you get my point. In the early 1900s, this road was used for access to a graphite mine, but lack of water shut down the operation. By the way, graphite is that black stuff that goes inside a pencil, a pre-cell phone technology. Anyway, if you look closely enough, you might be able to find a chunk or two of graphite alongside the road. At least I did once. After hiking about 1.5 miles, we come to this cistern. For extra credit, you can go behind the concrete tank, up a used trail to the top of a ridge, then turn left and follow the sometimes steep path to the top of Lime Rock Peak. The round trip will add about 2 miles to your trip.
From here, no more city views. It's all mountains all the time. Down below, Little Tujunga Canyon. The San Gabriel Mountains continue on south from here. It almost feels wild out here. Almost.
On most days, several peaks will be visible from here, including Josephine Peak, and in a little, you barely can see it, Mount Lukens, and a whole bunch of other peaks in the range that I can't name off the top of my head.
After about 2.5 total miles, we reach this gate. The owner of the 40 acres here, smack inside the Angeles National Forest, maintains the road up to this point. Past here, single track soon takes over as we wind in and out of ravines and continue climbing. But it's an easy climb.
At 3.5 miles, we come to a junction with another road at a sometimes windy place called Buck Junction, where there's an alternate route. Now, if you don't mind driving a windy road populated on the weekend by crazy drivers, you can come up Little Tujunga Canyon Road, where just past milepost 13.15, you'll find this small turnout.
Oh, so carefully cross the highway to the gate and start up this dirt road. The views from here as you climb point mainly toward the Santa Clarita area. In 2016, the San Canyon fire charred the hillsides, and as with many wildfires, the damage is difficult to discern years later. After 1.5 miles, we reach Buck Saddle. From here, the route is occasionally steep. Whoever built this road was in a hurry to get to the top. You'll start to feel like you're really climbing a mountain as the road nears the peak. Elevation 3,547 feet.
So civilized. How many mountain peaks do you know have picnic tables? From here, the views are 360 degrees. Desert, mountains, San Fernando Valley. Time your trip on a clear day, you'll be able to see Catalina Island and downtown Los Angeles. Again, topping out on a peak is special for me, and for a lot of other hikers, I'm sure. Maybe it's looking back down on where you came from and seeing how far you've gone. If that's too deep of a metaphor, maybe it's some version of feeling like you're the master of the universe, at least for a few minutes. It's a shift in perspective. See another world within your world. Get a view of the intricacy of the ridges, canyons, and valleys that you miss from the bottom.
And with the winds blowing just right, we meet a group of people who have a different idea of how to get down from the summit. They've been hang gliding and parasailing here for about 40 years. And Kagel Mountain is considered one of the best places for this sport. Obviously, we returned the way we came. Make a note that about 1.5 miles from the peak, look for this sign and turn right to get back on the Kagel Truck Trail.
That was a good hike. Now, before we fade to black, keep in mind that if you choose the 10-mile version of this trip, the parking lot gate is locked a half hour after sunset.